Yo, what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 9 of the Posh Push, here with Peterborough in the Sky Bet League One. Hopefully you guys are good. Today, as promised, we have the clash of the big guns in our league. It's us v MK Dons to kick things off today, followed up by the FA Cup quarter-final rematch, second leg thing against Leicester. So yes, we go into today's game against MK Dons knowing that a win would put us 3 points behind them with superior goal difference and a game in hand. A fantastic position that we could potentially find ourselves in today. It would also extend our gap over the teams behind us substantially to 9 points. So going into kind of the last nine games of the season, we'd be in a very, very good position. That said, it's certainly not going to be a walk in the park. So we have that as well as the Leicester game coming up for you guys today. So in terms of kind of, I guess, what's going on here, you can see the last game was the Leicester game last episode. If you missed it, go check it out as always. We've played Colchester in the meantime. It was a 2-1 win, fairly good result. It was a 50-50 game, but we came around with the spoils, which was pretty pleasing to see. So that was good. You'll also notice that Regen Day has come and gone. We pretty much got no one, I've got to be honest. Our youth candidates were pretty diabolically bad. I think they're kind of merged in here. There's a few potentially okay ones. You've got Joel Barnes here, 2.5-star potential, who's a League One player. But besides that, there were no League One or above potentials. Liam Marshall, of course, already at the club, maybe with a little bit of potential. But again, he has a long way to come because he has such a low current ability to ever reach the potential that he perhaps holds. So we had a few regens, but as I said, nothing really to write home about, unfortunately. There are a few I'm looking at. I'm in the process of doing kind of a mass scout, but I did have a look at kind of a few of the obvious candidates, one of which was Crew. And they had this guy called Joe Me, who looked kind of interesting. Unfortunately, he isn't interested in talking with me. I did also look at a few of the other teams around our division, you know, any top players they had, just by looking at their hot prospects. This guy, I didn't pull Hackett, I wasn't convinced. He looked like he had pretty low stats for a centre-back. 9 jumping kind of put me off, and he isn't the tallest player, so that was a bit of a down one. One player who did kind of, I guess, hit my radar, kind of all these players, when I was just looking through the other teams in my division's key players, was this guy, Adrian Johnson. I'm kind of curious by this guy. He's one of a few players who I'm currently looking at. I tried to make a regular bid for him, like approach him, and he said no. So I've just put in a transfer offer. They wanted 180k. I'm going to wait and see what my scouts say too. But I'm pretty excited about him as a prospect. He looks pretty good for our division as well. So anyway, let's get into today's game. Not too much to tell you about in the way of team news. Still a few players who have been injured for a while, still with injuries. Will Keane is almost back. He's not match fit, but he is still ready to go on the bench and potentially be called upon if the time is right. Besides that, team is looking pretty strong all in all. A few players match fit. Well, you can see here actually a lot of players match fit. A few players still coming back from injury, but all in all we are looking pretty healthy. So let's get into this game. Let's see how we get on. It's MK Dons v Peterborough. The clash at the top of the table. Can we get a win that would put us in the kind of commanding I guess, position in terms of trying to win the league? It would still rely on us to go out there and score a lot of goals every game. I've just realised I'm playing the counter tactic today, and I don't want to be playing that. I've done that so much, and now I can't change it here. Oh gosh, I'm getting really annoyed with remembering to switch my tactics around. I know last game actually against Colchester, I started off with the counter, then went, oh gosh, I'm playing the counter tactic, I need to switch, and switched after 2 minutes. I'm actually going to stick with the counter tactic just because it's been working quite well for us in the games that we've played with it on, and away from home against a big team like MK Dons, in terms of they're a team who are going to come out and attack us from the off. It may well pay dividends. We are playing in red today, so just a heads up about that, as we are away from home. And they play in white and black, which of course clashes with our kit. And MK Dons score immediately. I've actually had the better of the play in terms of statistically. Obviously, statistics only really tell too much, only tell so much. So I'm going to stick with this system for now, but I am very wary of switching it if we need to start chasing a game, or if it gets to half time and perhaps we've not broken the deadlock Well, I guess the deadlock's just been broken by them. If we don't re-unbreak the deadlock, can you unbreak a deadlock? Who knows? Right. I don't know where I'm going with this. MK Dons still 1-0 up. 15 minutes. Come on, boys. Right. Chance. Who is it going to go to? Potter knocks it down to Reese Wilkinson, and with 4 passes, they've torn us open. Alex Perez misses a sitter, and on that bombshell, I'm switching to our regular tactic. I know in terms of chances, MK Dons have still only had the 1. Apparently that shot didn't count as a shot. Who knows why? Baldwin! Bang! 1-1. Now, I want to accredit that to the tactical change. It came from a set piece, but I'm still going to claim it. Genius by me. Absolute genius. I guess we might not have won the free kick if it wasn't for the changes, if you want to look at it like that. But Baldwin, take a bow. That's not a bad finish for a centre-back. Straight down the middle. Keeper, though, just couldn't handle the power. The pressure. Someone's got a knock. That is Ryan Mason. You know what, Will Keane? You're coming on for the second half, son. Right. I'm pleased with how things are going. 1-1 would not be a bad result, but I want to encourage these players to go out there and give it their all, and I think they've got more. I think they've got more to give. They're loving it. They're delighted. Right. Second half. Can we make a comeback? They've only scored a goal, and it's come from their 1 shot. We've got a chance here. Another set piece. Boswick to Potter. Alcock. Bit of a disappointing delivery, but Boswick with potentially a second chance here. Although we are just probing away. You can see here plenty of options in the middle as much as anything. Freire whips the ball into the box. Only half cleared. Payne. Freire. Keane. Keane scores. Let's go. That is 2-1. And Keane, a player plagued by injury this year. He has had a tough first season at the club, Will Keane. He's been out for regular intervals. But I'll tell you what, when he's been fit, he's scored. And as it says there, that's his 14th goal of the season. Great play by him. Great goal. Nice play by Freire as well. And that's a quality little goal there. Now, can we keep this result this way? If we do, we'll be in a position to potentially go for the title, which would be incredible because we were predicted to finish 6th this year. Freire, whip it back in. Menez Lane hits the post. Keane's shot is deflected. So close, yet so far. But we're still in with a chance here. We're still in with a chance. 20 minutes to hold on. When do I make changes? Where do I make changes? I'll tell you what. I don't know. Is what I'll tell you what. I have no clue. Let's bring on Delfonso up top. Assombalonga's had a pretty quiet game, to be honest. So going to just rotate that there. See if that works in our favour. We've got a chance here. Boswick. Delfonso the sub. Keane. Boom. 3-1. Will Keane scores. Delfonso the sub with the fantastic little layoff to him. And it's 3-1. We are dominating this game against arguably the best team in the league if you look at the league table. They have only lost 4 all year coming into this game. I think they've won... I don't know how many they've won actually. I think they've lost 4, drawn 8 and won the rest of their 37 games. So this is looking like a fantastic result on the face of it. Switching to control, clearly what should have been done from the beginning, but I decided to play negative football because I'm a terrible manager. Right, they've got a chance here. Nice tackle by Baldwin. Surely we're not going to get another. I mean, as I mentioned, goal difference is the title kind of decider right now. Like, even if we win our game in hand, it will still be goal difference between ourselves and MK Dons. So if we can just extend it by any more here, that would be amazing. Delfonso, options in the middle. Payne's there. Keeper saves, and it's still 3-1. But MK Dons looking distinctly average. And we are looking superb right now. I talked a little bit about last episode how we were perhaps looking a little bit down on ourselves. Our players were a little bit kind of disheartened. The morale in the camp wasn't quite there. Well, I'll tell you what, that comeback in the FA Cup combined with some fantastic league form and a 4th goal to cap it up has really turned things around. The players are playing with confidence. Freire there with a nice little goal. He's been a good player this game. He's been involved in a lot of our goals out on the left, and he's got his goal to, I guess, polish off his performance. That is a quality finishing off the post. What a goal, son. What a goal. So, that is a fantastic result. We have absolutely stomped on MK Dons. And now, we have just 1 game more to play this episode, and that will, of course, be against Leicester in the FA Cup quarter-finals, in a game that we've earned, I guess, in terms of earning the replay. I should point out the draw has been made for the semi-final, and we will be taking on Manchester City if we can muster up the courage to get an away win against Leicester. I'll tell you what, that is a great start to this episode, that win. That is superb for our goal difference. It's superb to kind of cement our title credentials. The teams behind us, Sheffield United did beat Bristol. That was a big game up at the top. So that means that our gap to Sheffield United remains at 6 points. But that goal difference swing, because of that win against MK Dons, is huge. And now they have 8 games left. We have 9. We're looking good. We are looking very good right now. So Port Vale are relegated already. Wow, that is a very early relegation from the league. Keane is grateful for my faith in him. After 4 weeks out with broken ribs, he got man of the match last game. He played well, didn't he? 2 goals that game for him. And to be honest, Keane, despite his injuries, he's not shown massive kind of detrimental signs in terms of just, I guess what you call it, deteriorating as a player. He's still looking as solid as he was when I signed him. And right now, he's playing out of his skin, really. 5 player of the matches in 11 appearances starting and 9 off the bench is superb, and his average rating really illustrates that he's had a very good first season at the club when he's been fit. Okay, so the Johnson bid was accepted. He doesn't want to enter discussions. Clay, see, he's really good. How good is he? He's a quite good. What's his potential? He can improve. I really want that guy. Who's the other players we got? Shrewsbury's Clay. 3-star. I've done a mass scout as well. I should point out I've only got 1 scout, unfortunately, so it's going to take a while, but I've pretty much highlighted all the top players you can see here, and we're slowly working through them. I did the standard thing of looking through determinations and all my various attributes. If you want to learn more about how I scout out young players, I did a video on it. If you go on my channel and search how to find regens or something to that effect, you will find the video that I'm referring to. It's worth checking out, actually, if you want to learn a little bit more about finding good young prospects. But as you can see, there's pretty crappy ones now. I did just kind of have an off look at the hot prospects of the teams in our league. There is one region I'm looking at, and that is Jamie Jennings, who came up on my filters because I selected determination above 15, and then I kind of fiddled with other attributes being above 10. And this guy came up. I think it was actually like I had a selection of kind of first touch, long shots, passing, technique and creativity. I think it was creativity and passing above 10 and determination of 16 I had for this guy. But he's looking like he could be an okay player for us. He's one of a few that I kind of found and was like, he could work. He could become a good Sky Bet Championship player. So we've got him potentially coming in. He's quite a good young prospect, I think. But anyway, oh wow, he actually wants to come in too. So because he's a non-league player, he's also very highly rated. Really lowly cost for his highish rating. I know someone actually in one of the early episodes, sorry, I'm not going to be able to quote your exact name, but you told me this, I think, on episode 3 or 2 of this series. Kind of made a point of, Peterborough often sign non-league players and then make them into kind of real stars, give them a chance on a slightly bigger stage. And that is something that I've actually been trying to do this kind of window. You can see here scouting players from Exeter, Grimsby. Unfortunately, they're looking pretty crap, to be honest. But I gave it a go. I just sort of by value and scouted a load of players. But anyway, let's get in to the Leicester game. My word, Leicester taking on Peterborough in the English FA Cup 6th round replay. Can we do something? That is the question. Right. Leicester v Peterborough. Of course, last time we met it was a draw. We come on the back into this game off the back of 2 wins. Leicester, on the other hand, looking at their last few games, review all fixtures. They've lost their last 2 against West Brom and Villa, 2 average teams in the league. Maybe this is our chance to prove what we're made of. In terms of my actual team, I'm going to bring in Keane, Assombalonga, Friere. They're all playing really well. It's still a shame that Jake and Mellis is out, but besides that, we have a pretty much full-strength team. Not sure if I want to play Zakuani or Baldwin. Baldwin's been playing really well for us. It's difficult to drop a player who comes in and performs well, because Baldwin here, you can see he's not as good. But if we just look at statistics, you can see here... Where's average rating? Average ratings, it's 50. It's pretty close. Like, the players are fairly similar in terms of tackles and statistics. Zakuani actually tips the tackles. I'm going to actually play Zakuani. I'm going to go with experience over youth, I think. Baldwin is a player with a lot of potential who's kind of been slotting in at centre-back and indeed centre-mid when I've needed him to, and he's done a good job there, to be honest, this year. But we will kind of, I guess, go with our full strength kind of back four and front lineup, I guess. I almost want to play Mendes-Lang despite his lack of kind of fitness. I think I'm going to take a chance on him. But besides that, we have a good team, and we have got our counter-attacking tactic on. So we will see what we can do here. Of course, last episode was pretty crazy when we last met Leicester. If we could have a nice boring 1-0, that would be absolutely superb right now. But football isn't always that way. But I'm going to tell my players that I've got faith in them. They're not really reacting here. It's a bit of a big stage for them to be performing on. But of course, Asombalonga last game grabbed himself a hat-trick. So Leicester, definitely not the most kind of secure defensive team in the world. But they are on the attack here. And Nyang, oh, it's trickled in. I talk about secure defences, and after 4 minutes, our own defence is breached via an own goal. Matthew Briggs tips it into his own net. The ball comes in, Knockout. Morgan wins the back post header. St. Ledger, Nyang, and he kind of just chest faces it in, and then he looks like he celebrates. I've got to be honest, if you want to rewind that, he definitely celebrated that goal in the 3D match engine. But we've got a chance here. Asombalonga, boom! Oh my gosh, it's 1-1. What? Say what? This is mental. Asombalonga, almost his 40th goal of the season in all competitions. Someone tell this guy to calm down. What a goal. What a goal. And that is 1-1. That is the response I wanted from my team in this kind of game. Leicester on the attack here. We've got to defend well. Knockout makes it... Oh, it's offside. It's offside. Thank you, Lino, you babe. Almost 10 minutes in, it could have been a 3-goal affair. As it stands, though, 1-1, and we are still in this game. We're still going to be in this game, even if we were to go 2 goals down. We showed that last game, but I don't want to be in that situation. I want us to try and hit on the break, defend well as a unit, and we've got a chance here. Keane, Asombalonga, Payne gives it away. Kumalo, come on, boys. Let's work the space. See what I did there? That was clever. Friere, go on, Friere. Keane, don't pass it straight to them. Right, now we need to defend. Good tackle. Nugent, David Nugent is a threat. Knockout is 2. The ball's in the box. Saidi scores the back post header. That is 2-1 now. Pretty poor defending. We gave the ball away needlessly, and Leicester have punished us for it. That is disappointing. David Nugent to Knockout. We were just caught out of position. And then the keeper's just got no chance, really, once it's gone to the back post. What to do? What to do? I want to get rid of drop deeper and play wider. I want us to go a little bit more narrow. They were having some joy around the wings. So what was happening was we were almost playing too wide to mark our men. The Knockout and Saidi are able to just drop into the channels. So I've mixed that up a little bit. Asombalonga, go on, get the ball in the middle, my son. Keane! Oh my gosh, it's offside. He's given offside. Lino, you've got that one wrong, mate. Disgusting decision. Disgusting, I'm outraged. Unbelievable scenes. Half time, it's 2-1, but we're unlucky so far. I'm going to tell the boys, I agree with my system. We've been unlucky. Let's tell them that. Let's tell them that I've got faith in them. There's more to come from you boys. I completely believe you've got what it takes. I should really be reading Shakespeare or something. That's what I suggested last episode. Everyone probably laughed in the comments, but it worked. Can't deny that. I don't know what inspirational kind of quotes there are from Shakespeare, so I'm not very good when it comes to that. Anyway, I'm now rambling about Shakespeare in the middle of one of the biggest games of the season. What is life? Alcock, Boswick, Asombalonga, Keane, Mendes-Lang. Oh, he's missed a chance, Mendes-Lang. That was a chance. That was a big chance, and it's gone a begging. With our counter-attacking game, we are not going to get many chances as good as that, and that one's gone a begging. But we've got a chance here, maybe. Go on, Keane. Asombalonga, turn your man. Mendes, he scored this time. He has scored this time. This is 2-2. We are still in this. What a performance. by this team. This Peterborough team is one of the best teams for comebacks I've ever had. The character in this dressing room. Mendes laying. He puts behind himself that first miss. He goes, you know what, that's out the back of my mind. And he's gone out there and he scored an absolute peach from the same position. Set piece here. Corner comes in. Get it out, boys. Don't let Leicester get the ball back in the box. We need to defend well as a unit here. We haven't defended as a unit. Knockout scores. Oh gosh, it's 3-2. This is crazy. This has been a crazy set of games against Leicester. Mental. They have scored, however. 3-2. We've had 3 clear-cut chances as well. That's the most annoying bit about all of this. Despite our lack of chances, the chances we've created have been the ones that need to go in, and we've only buried 2 of the 3. Got a chance here. Boswick. Oh, he's hit the crossbar! He's hit the crossbar from 40 yards. What an effort. Well, I don't think he meant it, but fair play. Right, there's 20 minutes left. If we don't score from this highlight, which we may even go down from, and it might be too late, I need to switch. I'm going to go for the exact switch I made last game, where I played the 4-4-2 of sorts with the wingers and 2 up top, and we're just going to really go for it. I think we've got to at this point, especially if we were to go another goal down here, as Asaidi scores. No offside flag raised. I stare at the linesman intensely, hoping more than anything, but it's not going to go. So, with that in mind, we are going to make the exact same changes we made in the previous game. And it's probably not going to work this time, but we've got to change something. Let's get D'Alfonso on. Mendes is tired on the right, so I'll bring on Joe Taylor there. And Payne is also tired, so I'm going to make a triple sub here. I'm going to get some fresh legs in the key midfield areas, the people who are going to need to cover ground for the last 20 minutes. We've got a set piece here. Taylor, get it in. Keane, back in the box, Taylor, the sub. It's hit the post again. Oh, wow. Twice we've hit the woodwork. Twice from set pieces too. Now they have a chance. This may even creep in. It has crept in. Oh, he's given a penalty. Oh, the dream is over, boys. The dream is over, but what a run. What a run that is. It's a shame it's going to come to an end here, I think. I think 3 goals is insurmountable even for us. But to get to the quarterfinals in our first season, what a first season with a League One team to do that. And we shouldn't forget we are still in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, where we'll be in the final against Notts County. So there's still plenty to look forward to this year. It's just disappointing that we're going to go down like this, because we probably could well be still in this game at this point. I mean, there is still time to get free, but the chances of it happening are slim to none. I don't know what. I think that's been given offside. That's a goal disallowed. We've had our chances to win this game. That's the most disappointing bit of it all, but it's just not been our day. Boswick with another long free kick. I mean, there is still time. Weirder things have happened, but I'm going to just be realistic here. It's not going to happen. It's going to have to be a miracle of all miracles. Taylor gets it in. It's hit the woodwork again. I know it's come off another cross. I'm going to claim that as another kind of point in this game. We've hit the woodwork 3 times. We've had a goal disallowed. It's been that's a tough defeat to take, but I mean, what can I say? It's been a great performance by us in this competition. I'm going to just tell the boys they're unlucky. I'm not going to tell them I was disappointed. We were never expected to get this far. We never expected to beat Leicester, and Asamoah has actually rocketed in as the competition's top goal scorer, which for a League One player is pretty incredible. I can show you if I go to the FA Cup stats and player stats. You can see here we actually have a few joint for most wins because we started in an earlier stage, but you can see here our keeper's appeared in every game, so he's currently the leader in that category. But Asamoah has most assists right now and most goals. So, I mean, you've got to say fair play to him. He's had a great year at the club so far. 18 goals in 11 cup competitions, 39 in all competitions. That's unreal. Someone needs to nerf him. Nerf this sick filth. Russell blames the woodwork. Well, my assistant has the same excuses as me. I have taught him well. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for this episode here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Disappointing to go out in the manner we did. But regardless, it's still been an incredible run in the FA Cup, and one that I really didn't expect. And I'll tell you what, it's helped us out financially massively, because we have been losing a fair bit of money this year, but the money that we've made in the last few matches, especially that replay where we played away from home and on TV, are going to help the club long term. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. If you've got any comments, queries, anything really, leave it down in the comments. I always read the comments. Don't always reply, I've got to be honest, but I love to hear what you guys think. And of course, if you have enjoyed and watched till this point, if you could smash the like button, it helps me out a ton, and it's greatly appreciated. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you guys in a bit. I'm out.